Here you come again. Here I go.
Oh my God, you guys. Let's talk about Dolly Parton. You guys, for those you don't know, I'm sure you all know this, but I love Dolly Parton, okay? Like, it's honestly top tier goddesses. Dolly Parton is right there, okay? Now, I want to talk about a very, very interesting part of Dolly Parton's career, and that's when she crossed over to the mainstream as a pop star. This did not come easily, and she had to pay her dues in order to get to it, and not to mention, she was criticized heavily for this. Now, for those of you who don't know, if you don't own a computer or have ever seen a book or a movie or anything like that, Dolly Parton is a world-famous country music singer. She is beloved. She's one of those few celebrities that everybody likes. Like, you have to really search high and low to find someone that just doesn't like Dolly Parton. Like, she's an angel, as close you're going to get to it. And if you're wondering if I'm a fan of Dolly Parton, literally my coasters. Now, Dolly Parton got her start as a singer-songwriter coming out of Tennessee. She's from the literal mountains, okay? We're talking drawing water from a river, her stories of her childhood, like making her own makeup with berries and twigs. Like, she's from the sticks, the literal sticks. And when she moved to Nashville, she had very little money and was scraping by as a songwriter, trying to make something happen. And she got her start with Porter Wagner. He had heard rumblings of this really talented girl singer, and he needed somebody because his girl singer that he usually had,
Pretty Miss Norma Jean,
had moved on. We're not going to get into it because it is a very, very interesting and sordid past on that regard, but he needed a girl to fill in this spot, so Dolly Parton was recommended, and boy, was this a combination. Now, this was really, really awkward for Dolly Parton to come into because the previous singer was very beloved, so they didn't really know how they were going to react to her, but she won them over as soon as she started singing her original songs. Bangers like Joshua, Jolene, Tennessee Mountain Home, all these amazing songs were coming out of her, and people became obsessed. And Porter Wagner was seeing money being printed in front of him, so naturally he jumped onto this. Now, Porter Wagner was nothing to sneeze at either. He was a country legend by this point. He was one of those yeehaw kind of guys that had diamond sequin suits and everything. Like, he looked like the tackiest man in the world, but he was popular and he had a TV show that could make or break country careers. And when he saw Dolly Parton get a lot of attention, naturally he decided, you know what?
We're gonna print some more money.
So he decided to start making duet albums with Dolly Parton. And let me just say, these were a gigantic success. Like, hit after hit after hit after hit. He was churning them out, and Dolly Parton was becoming a huge, huge, huge country music superstar. Like, it could not be denied. And she was seeing it, and she realized, I have potential to break out on my own and become a solo act, and she wanted to desperately, but she was searching for a way to do it because Porter Wagner was notoriously cutthroat, very much somebody you did not want to anger and on the bad side of. So she had to calculate how exactly she was going to get out of this. What did she do? She put her pen to paper use and she wrote the song, I Will Always Love You. And when she sang it to him, a tear shed and he told her, you can go. And with that, Dolly Parton would part ways with Porter Wagner and she would go on to make a crossover hit, Here You Come Again. Now, this was a huge deal because in country music, it's very much a no-no when you try and cross over to pop music. If you change your sound so abruptly, Dolly Parton was doing it in the subtlest ways, and Here You Come Again was a fantastically written song. It's beautiful. It's honestly one of her best songs. The list will tell you, okay? The list, they don't lie. This was just a small taste of Dolly Parton's crossover success. She needed something else to break her out because her latest album, Heartbreaker, was not cutting it. The critics were ripping her to shreds, calling her a sellout, saying she's abandoning country. They're doing everything in their power to turn people against Dolly Parton. And she was very smart about this. She realized her best form of rebuttal was to make sure she let all her fans know in every single interview, almost beaten down to the literal soil, that she may be moving, but she's going to take country music with her. But with success comes opportunity, and the opportunity came to her to make the film 9 to 5. She was approached by Jane Fonda, who had heard Two Doors Down on the radio, and immediately thought in her mind, this lady can write songs, I just know she can act. Which again, I'm trying to fathom that logic, but go off, sis. She needed Dolly Parton to fill this role of Dora Lee, and by God, this was pinpoint perfect casting. And while sitting on set bored with her nails, she wrote the song 9 to 5, tapping her nails and creating the beat in her mind. We all know the story, we all seen the interview, she's told it a million times. But And this is the moment where my microphone battery died, so we're going to continue on with voiceover. So when Dolly wrote 9 to 5, it was like a transcendent moment. This song was a smash hit and helped Dolly transition over to being a pop star. Like a bona fide pop star. Like she went on the pop charts, it went #1. She literally bridged the gap from pop to country and stole the entire movie 9 to 5, if you ask me. Like, she is the best part of it. Dolly would, of course, go on to become a superstar after this. Like, people were obsessed with her. She did several more movies, but our old friend Porter Wagner came rearing his head around yet again because he saw the massive success that Dolly was becoming, and he wanted a cut of it. Yes, he said you could go off on your own, but I don't think he was expecting her to become as huge a star as she did. She became a megastar, and he wanted a piece of that. So Porter Wagner would sue Dolly Parton, and it was a big mess. It was really ugly, and she ended up settling with him. And once that was all squared away, Dolly went on to have an amazing career. Like I said, like she became a pop star, a film star, like she was doing it all. She would open up Dollywood, like she became a bona fide megastar worldwide. And not one to hold on to grudges. When Porter Wagner was actually going through really bad financial straits, Dolly Parton offered to buy his whole catalog so he could help pay his debts because he got into a mountain of debt over the years.
Yeah, get over here.
And here's how you know Dolly Parton is such a good person. Like, she's awesome. Like, when Porter Wagner approached her to buy back his catalog, she gave it back to him for free because she wanted to make sure Porter's family had ownership of all of his property when he eventually did pass away. Like, I'm telling you, literal angel. This is why people love Dolly Parton. Like, people mess with her because she's just generally an awesome person. And she's truly one of those artists that like showed basically what relatability can do for a career, because that's exactly what her appeal was how relatable she is. I hope this gave you a little more insight into Dolly Parton and why she's so awesome, because like I said, I'm obsessed. You guys have been watching It's Just James, okay? What's your favorite Dolly Parton moment? Sound off in the comment section. I'd love to hear it. The discussion starts down below. And until next time, bye! Well, it's over now. Click my next YouTube video. Like, comment, and subscribe.